gracefulness and empathy and respect for who's in his presence. He gives that off. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel it, man. I just feel it. And we need to be celebrating this man. That's just what I feel like. Because every problem in this world or this field that I'm jumping in, or this little niche that I'm jumping in, right? This whole black and whatever. If you're black, you're gonna bump into him, you're gonna run into him, and you're gonna somehow, some way. He hard to say you humble. It's inevitable. Especially for a black person trying to find. Sorry, Gary, boy. Listen, bottom line, cover courses, don't mix. Lame bitches and setbacks, no second chances. Don't fall in love with the gang, cause it could romance ya. How you in some fly shit, nigga? Laid up in the Hamptons. Last thing you heard from him, I don't know what happened. Them streets say he legend, them hoes say he handsome. Money ain't everything. Who you are as a black person, you're gonna run into this guy. Guaranteed. Let's get to it.
Now, I'm sorry I have to say this, but I have to say it. There are light-skinned Arabs who do not feel that black people are their equal, even in Islam. No. I know what Islam teaches, but I know what you practice. And it is the practice of Muslims that have dirtied the religion.
Hit them all.
It is the practice of Jews that have dirtied the religion.
Hit them all.
It is the practice of Christians that have dirtied the religion.
Yes. Yes.
The religion is pure, but when we misapply it, use it for worldly purposes.
It's inception. Religion is inception. It's pureness. It's supposed to be pure. But certain people latch on to it and don't want other people to be a part of it. See, if you ask me, I don't think religion was supposed to be, oh, you're Jewish, you're this. Or, oh, you're black, you're this. I don't think it was meant to be that. I don't think it was meant to be race related. Or some people saying you can't be this. Our bloodline says we this religion. Like some people, you know. Like, I don't think it was meant for that. I think them was all teachings on to make us better humans and be able to function and us exceed. I think that's what the thought for religion. I mean, yes, control, yes, but still giving something too. Because there's a life lesson in those stories. And yeah, man. My bad. I'm getting off my
Rather than the purpose for which God intended it, we make it a dirty religion. And this is why people reject religion today, because religion has been made dirty by the practitioners of religion. Are you listening to me?
Yes, the people who we think is the most religious and they hog it, and then their ways become what the religion is supposed to be. I get what he's saying. That's what he's saying. The people who practice it, their lifestyle end up start being what the religion is about because they entwine it with it. I get what he's saying. And they dirty the religion. I really know what he's talking about. Like, what he really, really talking about.
Just a few more minutes, please. Not only do white people feel they're better than blacks, but all of the lighter-skinned people of the earth look at black people as though we are nothing, never were nothing. And
Now I want people to be honest with themselves. And is he lying? I don't think he's lying. I think every place on earth, if they have two different color people in that region, the lighter colored people is more likely to be in control and trying to. I can't say that no more because I know it's inevitable. Just keep living and it's all right, and we will be fine. But I don't know why I said that. Sometimes you gotta just be quiet. They don't need to know exactly what's going on in their brain. Oh my God, damn.
Now, I'm sorry I have to say this. If this book is to be made real, someone has to destroy the mentality in whites and light-skinned people that blacks are inferior. And someone must destroy forever in black people that you are some reject of the Creator.
I don't believe that.
Now, with that as a backdrop, listen to me. A man came from Mecca, Farad Muhammad, a light-skinned Arab whose father was a black man, an original black man, and his mother was a Caucasian. Farad Muhammad came in 1930.
1930.
And he taught Elijah Muhammad that
Elijah
the black
Muhammad.
man is
God.
the original man. Listen. And he referred to the black man as God.
Yeah, see God.
Wait. Now I want you to hear me. Listen, now don't get excited, Muslims. Please don't get excited. Don't get excited.
He's so poised, man.
Listen to me, please.
No, he got some.
Listen, please.
He got a lot
Y'all
of wisdom.
all right?
I know he got a lot of things.
I want you to listen. I want to walk a little and talk to you. Just give me a little room here, that's right. Look, brothers and sisters.
Look at that power he got.
The aim of this teaching was not to make racists.
And that's another thing we don't like to admit. The power of Farrakhan. A lot of people don't like, black people like to say it, but like a lot of people out, they don't like the power and the structure and the foundation that he's laid out with the Nation of Islam. Like, you can say whatever you want to say about them. They legit. I've never disrespected them in my life. I always looked at them as like the higher class white. I said white, my bad. I always look at them like the higher class blacks, like in America. And yes, we do know that Farrakhan is, I think his mother or one of them, he's like mixed with something else, like outside of America. But just like Garvey, like when you come here, you understand what's going on here, and it's not about where you're from, it's about where you're at. See? It's not about where you're from, it's about where you're at, man. And guys like Farrakhan and Muhammad, they all came here and seen what was going on and made a difference and understand about what's going on over here. John DeLong, they didn't bring their culture over here and try to infiltrate their culture onto. They didn't do that, man. That's why I respect the Nation of Islam. They helped a lot of brothers out, man. They helped a lot of brothers out. That's why I respect Farrakhan so much.
Well, even if that wasn't the aim, that's what happened. It's true, it did happen. Why? Because a child has to grow to understand the depth of wisdom. When you put a jewel of wisdom in a child's hand, the child may misuse it until he learns how to use it. We were not given this teaching so that we could walk around macho and put on white folk what white folk had put on us. But that teaching was to break up a mind that was in the world that was based on falsehood. Now look, there is no scholar today that will deny what Elijah Muhammad says. They have studied it.
Is that the black man is God?
Biologically, genetically, mathematically, historically, anthropologically. The black man was here on this earth before any other people were on this earth. The black man is in fact the original man. Now look, listen to me. I want you to listen. You said, Brother Farrakhan, this is anti-Islam. Hold it a minute. Hold it a minute. In the Quran, the original man of the Quran is called Adam.
Adam?
You don't talk about Adam's color. You say Adam is the first man. Some of the Islamic scholars say Adam was a prophet. Farrakhan says to you in humility, no, he was not.
In humility, like, I'm sorry you don't know this.
Why should you call
I feel
Adam
bad that you don't know this. I love
Prophets
this man.
have to have a precondition that calls them into existence. If there were no people on the earth before Adam, then there was no one for Adam to reform, no one for Adam to teach. So don't call Adam a prophet. Adam was the firstborn of Allah. He was born in the nation.
Hold on, so I forgot. The Nation of Islam, they are Muslims, right? I forgot, Farrakhan. You're Muslim. Because, like, yeah, they're Muslims, right? But you're a different type of Muslim, though. Farrakhan is a different type of
nature of the God himself. He's a human being, but he has the potential to be God. Listen to me. I'm not crazy. I'm not un-Islamic. I'm right on it. Your Quran, my Quran says, when Allah made Adam, he made him from the dust. He made him from black mud and he fashioned him into shape. Isn't that
Talk to him, Farrakhan. Talk to him.
After he made him, he didn't send no prophet to talk to him. He talked direct to Adam himself.
Direct to him? What?
Adam had direct communication with the Lord of creation.
Say again.
And the Lord of creation taught Adam the names of the angels and told Adam, go to the angels and tell them their names. He was made wiser than the angels. Then the Lord of creation asked the angels to bow down to Adam.
What?
Well, if the angels have bowed down to Adam,
say what? Did he really do that? Is that the truth?
then Adam was given supremacy over the forces of nature.
Say what?
He's made a God, for God can't produce nothing but a God.
Hold on. Is that telling the truth? Farrakhan, are we that powerful? I didn't know it. I'm a God. I'm a God. I can rule over the angels. I thought the angels were powerful than us. They can trick us and all that stuff. How can they trick us and all that stuff if we powerful than them? I don't get it, man. Come on, Farrakhan, help me understand. How can Lucifer, supposed to be Lucifer, whoever Lucifer is, how can he trick us all the time and make us do the wrong thing if we better than him? But they say he's smarter than us. I don't get it. I don't get it. Respect the Farrakhan. Respect to the Nation of Islam.
Now, I'm sorry I have to say this, but I have to.
Respect to the Nation of Islam. Respect to Farrakhan.
Have to follow the Bible. Christianity is only 2,000 years old. Do you know how old we are? African people, modern
Roman
Africans,
Christianity.
been on the planet 250,000 years old. We've been dealing with God for 250,000 years old, and this man wants me to throw out my spiritual heritage and culture and reduce my association with the Most High to a book that he reads. That's only 2,000 years old, and it's not even that. Because after the so-called crucifixion of Jesus, who we can't even prove existed,
the scriptures are way more
who we can't even
2,000
prove
years old.
existed, the Bible wasn't written down for what, 100, 200 years after Christ? So the religion might
That's
be
not
2,000 years old.
What
The
point
Bible
was you
might have
gonna
been
make,
with us for
Vern?
what, 1,800 years old? Do you know how ridiculous it would be for a people with 250,000 years of spiritual culture to throw it out to pick up a 2,000-year-old book? That's insanity.
All right, copy. What Vern, so we can move on. What?
And you got over
thing
200 or
was talking
300
about?
different versions of the Bible. None of them agree on anything. The whole life of Jesus is reduced to 4 gospels. They know nothing of Jesus from the time he went into Kemet, spiritual center of African people, where he was taught, studied, and groomed into African spirituality. Where was Christ from 7 to 30? Where was he at? Studying traditional African spirituality at the feet of our ancestors. That's where Jesus was. Everything in his Bible was stolen, borrowed, and plagiarized from traditional African spirituality. Why do I need a carbon copy bootleg religion when my ancestors left me the original?
That was powerful. I don't even know what
Have
to
to
say.
follow the Bible. Christianity is only 2,000 years old. Do you know how old we
I
are?
can't even.
Speed is on a tour of Africa.
Why don't you move?
Footage recorded inside restricted Vatican corridors.
These were never meant for public viewing.
Icons predating modern classification.
What the fuck?
Certain agencies insist this iconography remain concealed. In opposing that position, I have been warned that I may be framed as acting against the iconography we are examining reflects an older European reality, one shaped by Moorish presence and early state power. These images are not symbolic outliers. They were preserved, long predating modern classification. They reflect continuity,
Bro.
cultural and historical.
Is this real or this AI? It's gotta be AI, bro. I know JF can be.
Material is
JF
often
can be stand up
misclassified by
nigga too,
time and
man.
power.
The iconography we've examined speaks.
Before Ibrahim Traore, there was Gaddafi. A lot of people been on my dick about my praise of Gaddafi. Oh, but he's a dictator. Before
Footage recorded inside restricted Vatican corridors.
Man, hold on. This kind of look like some AI shit, bro. Like,
Icons predating modern
I
classification.
don't know. What y'all think, man? What do y'all think?
Certain agencies
All of
insist this
black.
iconography remain concealed. In opposing that position, I have been warned that I may be framed as acting against the iconography we are examining reflects an older European reality, one shaped by Moorish presence and early state power.
Moorish presence.
These images are not symbolic outliers. They were preserved, long predating modern classification.
Long
They reflect continuity,
continuity,
cultural and historical.
culture, and history.
Black Madonna paintings hidden from the public.
Historical material is often misclassified by time and power.
The iconography we've examined speaks not only to Europe, but to continuity. That continuity lives on in America today, most visibly through Black America. There are elements operating beyond lawful authority within our own government. Their actions place my safety and the integrity of this office at risk. We speak to something older than modern borders. We see the same iconography in old America, because history does not begin where records... This Black Madonna is kept in Washington, preserved and not widely shown. Symbols endure where records fade. Their meaning carries forward.
They were preserved. Long predating modern classification. Footage recorded in...
Bro, that's
Before-
crazy.
Trump passed new.
Excuse me. We got some more breaking news that you might be interested in from this book from 1835. A multitude of languages exist in America, which may perhaps be reduced to 25 radical languages and 2,000 dialects, but they are often, unlike the Hebrew in roots, words, and grammar, they have by far, says the author, more analogies with the Sanskrit, the ancient Chinese, Celtic, Basque, Pelasgian, and Berber. The Pelasgian Berber. Interesting. Oh, in Europe. Okay. Libyan, Egyptian, and Africa, and the Persian Turnan, and etc. Also in Europe, or in fact all the primitive languages of mankind, this we believe. So apparently all the languages of mankind were found in the Americas. Now, let's get to this very interesting part right here. The Americas cannot have sprung from a single nation because independently of the language, their features and complexions are as various as in Africa and Asia. We found in America white, tawny, brown, yellow, olive, copper, and even black nations as in Africa. Also, ready for this? Dwarfs and giants. Handsome and ugly features, flat and aquiline noses, thick and thin lips, and etc. among the Jews is also a great variety. Now, this is what you're really going to like. Reverend Smith of Poultney, a few years since, published a work entitled A View of the Hebrews, in which he labors to establish that the American Indians worshipped but one God, the great Yahweh, or Jehovah of the Sanskrits. This is vehemently opposed by philosopher Rafinsky as follows in the reply to him. You say all Americans had the same God, Yahweh, Yehovah, not Yehoshua, not Yeshua, not Yahweh, none of that, Yehovah. This is utterly false. This was the God of the Choctaws and the Florida Indians. Many other tribes had triple gods, or Trimurtis, as in Hindustan, having names nearly Sanskrit, but neither does this disprove that some of these tribes are of Jewish origin. Polytheism, a plurality of gods, idolatry, and a complex mythology prevailed among all the most civilized nations of this country. All the ancient religions were found in America, which have prevailed in the Old World in the earliest ages as theism, Sabaism, Magism, Hinduism, Shamanism, Fetishism, etc., and no Judaism. All the civilized Americans had a priesthood or priestly castle, and so had the Hindus, Egyptians, Persians, Celts, and Ethiopians. Were they all Jews? Excuse me, we got some more breaking news.
What's your plan when men stop doing the dirty and dangerous jobs that keep society?
When I won championships on every level, when they can knock niggas out. And most importantly, in today's game, in today's world, we're full of NILs and pearly pearls. We're losing recipes. I call passes in the midst of pain. Y'all ain't never had to do that. So shut the hell up. You motherfuckers are playing two-hand touch.
And I don't back up from that.
What about the anthem you wrote that a white man's heaven is a black man's hell?
Absolutely true.
So that's generally true?
Absolutely generally true, specifically true. And I don't back up from that.
What about the anthem you wrote that a white man's heaven is a black man's hell?
Absolutely true.
So that's generally true?
Absolutely generally true, specifically true. And I don't...
That's how much W Jews. In the Bible, God says he's going to exile you to the four corners of the land.
That's not you guys, though. We're not on that. I just want to know
And the Ashkenazi Jews, just so you know, like, we literally went to London, South Africa,
you did not.
Sydney, Australia, and Los Angeles, the four corners of the land. It's very interesting that the Bible... No, I'm telling you, I'm from Los Angeles.
The four corners is us. So, for example, when you talk about Russia, you can get a book called The Russian Icons. And when you see the images of the Israelites there, they're black. When you talk about Europe and what they call the Dark Ages, you can see where black people ruled Europe. When you talk about Africa, you can see our transition
the black people
Africa.
ruled Europe.
In my opinion, no.
You called on him for help. Like you called on. This is what Jewish people. What you just did.
Well, I mean,
is
like
what Jewish people do when they ask Trump for help in the war.
I'm being neutral because
you couldn't beat me in the debate, so you ran to your dad.
I'm gonna have your.
So it's like Upton
Why
Alley
did they
or
call
something?
one of the kings black boy? Why did Ben Franklin say we don't want America to be black like Europe was?
It says Israelis will be scattered by ships to serve enemies in a land they know not, with iron yokes on their.
Has that happened to you guys?
No.
I mean, like we went through the Holocaust, not on ships, but I mean.
Okay, but if this says you shall be brought into Egypt,
Nigga, we
again
talking
with
about
ships
ships.
and sold for bondmen and bondwomen, that didn't happen to y'all in the Holocaust. When it says you would discontinue from your heritage, we did. Our heritage was discontinued.
Okay, so maybe
we went into bondage on ships. We were sold for bondmen and bondwomen. You guys were never sold for bondmen and bondwomen. We were never redeemed. You were redeemed when the entire earth went to war for y'all. So
he don't want him to finish.
If the Bible is true, and for our disobedience, the children of Israel gets punished for it, and you claim to be the children of Israel, how come we went through what you saying you are the people of? When black people came over and they went in Dimona, y'all put them where the nuclear power plant is.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's like,
that's how much y'all. That's how much y'all.
Now, just tell you, that's what the Jews are.
You can't break God's law, and y'all are breaking God's law. That's how you know you're not. Because if you was gay in the Israelite world, in our community, we would condemn you. We would kick you out. You can't be
same
gay.
with our community.
Y'all embrace
can't be gay in our community.
If y'all were men of God, as y'all say, y'all would have held to the deal, but you break every treaty like every white man does. You wouldn't be slaughtering innocent people. Y'all call yourselves the children of God, and in your cities, you allow homosexuality to proliferate.
That's crazy.
The Arabs didn't come to Egypt until 640. The first non-African people came to Egypt, otherwise called the Hyksos, in 1675 BC. The Africans there were already in the 13th dynasty period. They had built every pyramid you saw there before. They had done the S-turn in the Nile. They built every one of the major temples that had already been built, including the Grand Lodge of Luxor. The first European to come there did not arrive until the Greeks arrived with Alexander II, the son of Philip of Macedonia.
Look, I'm a college graduate. I never heard all this stuff before.
Because they didn't intend to teach you that. They can't tell you that you're inferior and teach you that you taught Egypt, Europe. The first Europeans to be civilized by the Africans were the Greeks. When you heard of Homer, the first European to have written anything, you couldn't miss that. They said that Homer wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. And that was not until 833 BC. The Africans had already, in 255,000 at the Tassili Mountain, they had the Sibyllian period, first, second, and third, the pre-dynastic period, all the way up. The Africans had produced men like this, Imhotep, the multi-genius that designed the step pyramid of Saqqara, the first man to be a physician that even Hippocrates, the so-called father of medicine, is giving him credit and calling him the god of medicine. The Greeks changed his name from Imhotep to Aesculapius. There he is. There he is.
Wait a minute. This gets into what you were saying. So wait a minute. You guys are telling me now that black men taught Homer and...
As a matter of fact, went to Egypt to school.
As a matter of fact, the Egyptians said Homer was Egyptian, not Greek.
That's right. It's only the Europeans said that. The Westerners now said that he was. But let us go back. Remember that Homer himself said in the Odyssey what? That the gods Zeus and Apollo, Europe's first gods, came from Ethiopia. Go read it. And I didn't write it. He wrote it. Thales, from Thales down to Socrates, and Socrates down to Aristotle, which they call the pre-Socratian philosophers and the post-Socratian philosophers. Each and every one, including Plato, who spent 15 years in Egypt receiving their education.
You're saying Plato was educated in Egypt?
15.
I'm so tired of the same old my bad.
The Arabs didn't come to Egypt until 640. The Africans had produced men like this. And
they be trying to say Egypt ain't in Africa. Oh, no, Egypt is not in Africa. No, it's not in Africa. No, it's not in Africa. It's outside of Africa, in North Africa.
The multi-genius that designed the step pyramid of Saqqara, the first man to
Listen, it's like we can see everybody's ways to block shit, and then like if you so who you are, then why you gotta block us? You only giving yourself up to make you look crazy.
To be a physician that even Hippocrates, the so-called father of medicine, is giving him credit and call him the god of medicine. The Greeks changed his name from Imhotep to Aesculapius. There he is. There he is.
Wait a minute. This gets into what you were saying. So wait a minute. You guys are telling me now that black men taught Homer and...
As a matter of fact...
Let me say this. I already know, and I've already seen the evidence. We all the fucking same. Just different shades. That's it. That's it. We all the same. We all humans. That's the crazy part. But we like to bust this down and see who and what's what, and but we all the same. We all humans, man. Let somebody come here with 3 legs and see how we all come together. Let somebody come down here with 6 eyes and see how we all come together with 2 eyes. Watch. Just come on, man. We all the same, man. We just bored with nothing to do. We humans, man. We got nothing else to do, man. That's how I look at some of this.
The school. As a matter of fact, the Egyptians said Homer was Egyptian, not Greek.
That's right. It's only the Europeans said that. The Westerners now said he was. But let us go back. Remember that.
Hold on. I also feel like black people is like, oh, nigga, this is why I shit at first. And then white people sitting back like, but we took it from you. It's ours now. We're the one on top. And we got to eat that shit. We did something wrong in the past. That's how I view it. We did something wrong in the past. And maybe it was to them. I don't know, man. I ain't even trying to figure it out. All I know is we all the same. When I found out there ain't nothing but a mutation of us. The same.
Homer himself said in the Odyssey what? That the gods Zeus and Apollo, Europe's first gods, came from Ethiopia. Go read it, and I didn't write it. He wrote it. Phallus, from Phallus.
You know what? I don't think people know the story of where people come from. I don't think nobody knows. Because I heard stories, people saying that white people came here 6,000 years ago. If they just got here 6,000 years ago, come on, how? And who dropped them off? Oh, I just said how they got here, nigga. I still want to feed into that old thing that I've been knowing forever. But yes, I do know. I do. I can't act like I don't know no more. We're all the same motherfuckers, man. But it's fun to play this race role and yeah.
Down to Socrates, and Socrates down to Aristotle, which they call the pre-Socratian philosophers and the post-Socratian philosophers. Each and every one, including Plato, who spent 15 years in Egypt receiving their education.
You saying Plato was educated in Egypt?
See what I don't like? You see, it seemed like he's trying to he's not trying to persuade. Well, in the way he is, but he's trying to enlighten them about y'all not who y'all say y'all are. And I got proof that y'all always lie. And here's your teacher. Your teacher you got your teachings from here, and you took the shit from here and you went back home with it and act like you was the one who came up with it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But one thing we can say is that we got smart people in every race. There are geniuses in every race. Have y'all noticed that? We all share everything. We got shitty people in each race. Yeah, it's shitty people in each race. It's nice people in each race. There's some very kind people in every single race who don't want no harm to come to nobody. There's evil people in each race. we share more things alike than we like to think that we are different. This is when I'm coming to realization, man. What's what I'm seeing.
Egypt.
15 years. Before that, you heard nothing of him. Every one of them.
What you'd have me believe then also, for part of what you said last night, is that Plato and these guys went back home, and they were big guys. But they were taught in Egypt? Is that what you said?
They came there
for their education.
They didn't hide it. It's the modern writers, the modern instructors and professors who trendy to know it.
You can't have in a racist school in Birmingham non-racist education. The Arabs didn't come to Egypt until 640. The first non-African people came to Egypt, otherwise called the Hyksos, in 1675 BC.
I'm so tired of this. Well, how about Tyler Perry?
But you're
I will say the Egyptians weren't black. That's modern revisionism.
That claim collapses under osteology, iconography, and dynastic records. But I get it. You met Egypt through textbooks, not primary evidence. Serious anthropology already moved past isolation. Kemet functioned inside an interconnected old world system. Global pyramid complexes align on shared ley networks. Evidence of planetary coordination, not coincidence.
Egyptians weren't black. Quit the Afrocentric crap.
These statues weren't carved to flatter modern insecurities, big fella. They documented living people.
I'm Egyptian. Stop trying to steal my culture.
You're 70% Ottoman colonizer, 20% French trauma, and 10% filter. These lips weren't carved by accident. They weren't forecasting Kylie.
Ever notice how folks still try to rewrite history like it doesn't have footnotes? Even Herodotus said the people of Kemet were dark, skinned with woolly hair. That's like ancient Yelp. Notice how the iconography survives while the facial features erode. Modern scholarship debates Kemet through Greek, Arab, and European lenses, often detached from the original cultural continuum. This isn't biology, it's semiotic inheritance. In Kemet, gold symbolized indestructibility, the material language of eternity. Anthropologists call this cultural memory. Anthropologically, such materials encode status, cosmology, and continuity. There is no archaeological record for a historical Moses in Goshen. By contrast, Akhenaten is fully documented, a monotheist who dismantled Egypt's priesthood. Several scholars argue Mosaic theology reflects Amarna doctrine, a transferred priestly system, not an Exodus biography. Law, cosmology, and ritual migrate through institutions. Akhenaten is fully documented, a radical monotheist who dismantled Egypt's priesthood.
Egyptians weren't black. That's modern revisionism.
That claim collapses under osteology, iconography, and dynastic records, but I get it. You met Egypt through text. Herodotus already gave y'all the cheat code. Melon crows with woolly hair. You arguing with ancient Greeks now? Ain't nobody carving full DSLs into granite for giggles in 2600 BC.
Stop trying to steal my culture.
You're 70% Ottoman colonizer, 20% French trauma, and 10% filter. These lips weren't carved by accident. Say I'm AI, but maybe you just haven't met a black woman with a bibliography before. My existence isn't artificial. Your education system is. Now go argue with Herodotus.
The Egyptians weren't black.
Amalgamate native people with other races to get rid of the Indians. Now, when you look at the Byrd papers, and you would read his diary on April the 7th, 1728, he actually visited our reservation in Jerusalem, Cortland, Virginia. And what's so interesting about that, he described how our people look. He said the young men came out and their faces were painted and they made all kinds of grotesque figures and they danced for him to the sound of a gore drum stretched tight with an animal skin. Then he said the young women came out and they were tall and shapely and dressed in their finery. Their hair was braided and they had white and blue conch shells in their hair that hung like locks and around their neck. And then they had wrapped around their body a match coat, which was red and blue, which is a shawl, that fitted loosely about their body, that their mahogany skin shone through. Then he went on to say that these dark angels would make exceptional wives for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations, unquote. That's a quote that he made.
So that was the whole goal, was to try to bleach out, as they say.
Yeah, but it kind of tells you that first Americans were a rich brown people. They were mahogany in color. That these dark angels would make exceptional wives for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations. That these dark angels would make exceptional wives for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations. That these dark angels would make exceptional wives for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations. That these dark angels would make exceptional wives.
I always said this because when the English got over here, they didn't bring women. They didn't bring women. They brought men to fight and to settle, and they didn't bring no women. At least I don't think. I could be wrong. Women probably were strong as hell back in the day, but I don't know. I don't think you would have bring your women to a land you don't know nothing about. How you gonna protect them? You know what I'm saying? You should just be there with your fellas, building houses and shit for when they come. Trying to get your little area.
Wise for the English planters, and their dark skin would bleach out in 2 generations.
What we now know, though, is that between 11 and 13,000 years ago, the human population came within a hair's breadth of becoming extinct. It's now well documented that all over the planet, simultaneously, the evidence of human occupation just suddenly ceased. Radiocarbon dating of human activity, of community, of campsites, of places where people congregate and lived for generations, leaving in the archaeological record, in the rock record, the evidence in the form of radiocarbon datable organic material. And it all stopped suddenly. And over this layer, over these events, is a black layer that has been referred to as the black mat. Below that black mat, you also find the bones of gigantic extinct species of animals that inhabited the earth for hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of years. They disappear at the same time as the human artifacts disappear. And capping the whole thing is this black mat layer. And why is it black? It's black because it contains a lot of carbonaceous material. And what is the source of that carbonaceous material? Soot. And at the bottom of that black mat layer, hexagonal nanodiamonds that can only be created under intense, unbelievably powerful regimes of pressure and heat. They're finding magnetic grains. They're finding microspherules. If you know the story of the Cretaceous Tertiary boundary, which is where the dinosaurs disappeared 65 million years ago, everybody by now knows that the almost certain cause of their disappearance from the Earth was something from space. Now guess what? They found at the bottom of the black mat layer, iridium. What we now know, though, is that...
Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Look, you know how you say God in baby language? Come on. You know how you say God in baby language? Mama. Mama is God.
What you talking about, Farrakhan? Mama is God?
You say, some people ask the question, is God a female? Mm-hmm.
God is a female?
My mama was. That was God to me.
Oh, to you, okay.
I don't know about you, but I believe I'm right. When you came from your mother's womb, you didn't call on the supreme creator of the universe. You didn't know he existed. Right. You came out afraid and you cried, and that was your prayer. And the mighty God put someone right there out of his beneficence and mercy to answer your cry. And that one is called Mama. And when you cried, she took you to her breast and comforted you. And when you were hungry, she put her breast in your mouth out of the beneficence and mercy of a merciful creator. And you fed from that breast. And you became strong. And when you became afraid, you would say, Mama. You didn't say Allah. You didn't say Jesus. You didn't say Muhammad. You said Mama. God don't fault you for calling Mama, because Mama was his representative. Mama was his agent. But when you mature, if you worship the agent rather than him who gave you the agent, then you become wrong.
Go ahead. I see a lesson. I see you, Farrakhan.
Y'all all right?
And of course, Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
This is unexpected.
Well, let me say this, that
I know America's going.
But you see, you have to believe that the good things of life are for you. And I've discovered that there are many people who believe that it's a sin for them to have the good things of life. And I really...
The artists that are protesting have every right to, right? Because, say, for example, Coca-Cola wants to license your music. And the artist didn't say, yes, you could use it for however you need to use it, whether it's to play it, associate it, or train on it. The artists should do that.
I need the ability to license
my intellectual property to these AI platforms, whether it be Anthropic, whether it be ChatGPT, whether that be Gemini. That way they can train on my ideas, they can train on my likeness if I allow them to. Now that's something that I need to opt into, something that I can submit through a dashboard. And I think that is extremely important and valuable.
The artists that are protesting have every right to, right? Because
you have been told that unless Europeans teach you, you haven't been taught. But who told you that the first university built in all of Europe was built by Africans called Moors? At the university, what is called the University of Salamanca in Spain. Check it out.
On this little path.
Europe's first university. Not only the stones were put together like the stones in...
Why don't nobody over there claim the Moors? Who are the Moors? Like, where they come from? Morocco, right? I thought they come from Morocco. Like, why don't the Morocco people claim them? Like, and be like, hey, we used to own America. Like, oh, they probably still do own America. I don't know, man. Like, I keep hearing the stuff about these Moors, man. Like, and Moors mean black. So it's like,
most of the building and the bricks and most of the building here, I'm not talking about that aspect of only the building. I'm talking about the educational system is nothing but a copy of the University of Djenné, D-J-E-N-N-E, of ancient Ghana, which was burnt down and rebuilt as the University of Sankore in the city of Timbuktu, which the French later called Timbuktu. Then carried, as the Africans called Moors, conquered Iberia, now Spain and Portugal and southern France, and established in there the university system. And as I said before, it was not the first. The earliest of the Greeks were trained in a place called the subordinate lodge of Croton and Delphi. Subordinate lodges of the Grand Lodge in a place called Waset, which the Greeks later changed to Thebes or Thebes. The current Arabs changed it to Luxor. But did you get that in Greek philosophy? Did you get it in Greek history or European history? None whatsoever. You have been told that unless Europeans teach you, you haven't been.
A baby is a returning ancestor, a god with a soft skull and a wide open pineal, seeing spirits, colors, and truths we long forget. That innocence is power, pure frequency. That's why the ancients bowed to Hippocrates, baby Horus, Black Madonna and Child, because maximum purity is maximum divinity. Adults drown in bills, trauma, ego, dust upon the antenna. Babies, them are clean receivers.
Them are clean receivers.
Carriers of divine immunity.
I like the
when
voice
you
they use on
touch
this.
a baby, you're touching the original blueprint of heaven. To enter the kingdom, you must become like them.
Like
Light,
them.
Fearless, uncorrupted.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Why? The vision got to be done before I get up out of here. Before I leave this earth, the vision got to be done. Some of y'all, you're not getting close to the vision. You done said the vision and your mama said something about it, so you done backed off. You done said something about the vision and somebody tried to kill you and you done backed off. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? I'm telling you that you got to be possessed with the vision. Yay!
Where you gonna go when we start revolution? Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
That means he don't want to answer the question. Yeah, young fella. Young fella.
be, coincidentally, the young man in the group that Mr. Meek said you did not speak for. How would you talk to a young boy like that?
Well, I would say I would definitely have to use the Bible, Mr. Duncan.
No, I don't hear that.
Well, this is my own way.
I ain't no Uncle Tom.
Well, salvation
You
is
can't
free, son.
brainwash me.
Jesus said first.
Where you gonna go when we start revolution? Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on?
My people were taken from here, or they began to migrate from here, and I could take you back in history. I mean, you want to go back to 721 BC, where you had the
preventing white genetic annihilation. Every single thing that they do. A white professor, female at the American University in the District of Columbia, said to me one time, Dr. Wilson, white people talk negatively about black people at all social gatherings. Not some social gatherings, all social gatherings. She said the common assumption is that every white person present agrees. Before she told me this, I said, yes, I know. And that's why when white people say, well, Dr. Welsing, what can I do? I say, tell black people what white people talk about when there's no black people around. Now, I gave a talk last night, and a young black lady said, well, you hate white people. You must hate white people. The Bible says we should love our enemies. Psych.
Psych.
See, it's not about hate. I'm not talking tonight about hate. I'm talking about decoding the game that's on the white side of the chessboard. I'm talking about understanding why we have lost the last 1,000 tournaments.
We have been
because we were not told what the real game on the table was really all about. I say that the IQ that black people should be interested in is the WS in parentheses R IQ. That's the white supremacy racism IQ. How much do we understand about what white supremacy is and exactly how it works? Because it is deadly. Preventing white genetic annihilation.
Hitler kills 2 million white people. He is the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million Africans. He still does not appear on the list of the most wicked people that ever lived on the earth. There must be something wrong with this narrative.
Yeah, it is something
totally
wrong with that.
something wrong with that narrative. It can be right by day, by night, by numbers.
Russell's periodic table that he put together. Now you compare that to Mendeleev's periodic table. You'll compare Walter Russell's to it, and you'll see something completely different. It's unwinding. Whoa. You'll see hydrogen sitting all the way over there by itself, but they don't show that hydrogen has the same tone as carbon. Same tone, same key of E, 40.5 hertz. The next one would be like 81 hertz. You go to silicon, it will double up and would be 162 hertz. You go to cobalt, and it'll be 324 hertz. It's in that base. If you were to take the angles of incidence or the tones that they create, you know, their color, like you can turn color back into sound. It's the same wavelength, it's just twice as long or much longer. So all you have to do is keep dividing light by 2, and you'll ultimately get back to the audible sound of it, because there was a relationship between light and color, sound and tone, matter and shape. Walter Russell's periodic table that he put together. Now you compare that to Mendeleev's periodic table. You'll compare Walter Russell's to it, and you'll see something completely different. It's unwinding. You'll see there's a relationship between hydrogen, carbon, silicon, cobalt, rhodium. They're all bonded. They all sit as the middle point between 2 noble gases. So those things don't really exist. It's only one substance. Now the problem is, the first thing that we're able to perceive is hydrogen. That's the first visible element, because before it is too dense for us to perceive it. But as you reach into the next octave, the carbon octave, and they call that a bisexual tone, because the carbon has two tones to it. It has a negative side and a positive side. Part where lithium behaves, lithium is contractive, beryllium is contractive, boron is contractive, but the moment you get to carbon, you balance it out. It gets to a perfect balance of plus and minus 4. So it's a double tone. Nitrogen is minus 3,1, oxygen is minus 2, fluorine is minus 1. Now the balance of this, all of those are mates. Fluorine and lithium naturally mate. If you have lithium bonded with any other element, the moment that fluorine is introduced, it will break all bonds violently so it can bond with fluorine. Same thing with beryllium and oxygen. That's why it said, and what they've tried to keep from us, if you want to break water into its component parts of hydrogen and oxygen, all you have to do is introduce beryllium or the sound of beryllium. Oxygen will violently break away from any other thing, even hydrogen, to bond with that beryllium. Walter Russell's periodic table that he put together.
This book reveals why white people don't like black people. Who is Edom? This is not a scholarly work in its entirety, but it definitely has some scholarly excerpts. In this book, it reveals the biblical nationality of where the Caucasian man, so-called European white man, comes from. It says Herod, like his father Antipater, was an Idumean. That's the Greek transliteration for saying Edomite. And look what it says. Herod, the Edomite, had such a hatred for Christ and what he represented. So he wanted Christ killed. Herod being a so-called white man, Christ being a so-called black man. This anger stems from Jacob and Esau. Christ, an Israelite, coming from Jacob. Herod, an Edomite, coming from Esau. All right, that's why this hatred that they have towards us has been going on for millennia. When you read the book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 5.
Hold on, but on the whole Esau deal, like, the black dude did do some sneaky shit. He stole the inheritance from the older brother. Right? The redhead brother was the one who was out getting food and shit, and the other brother snuck in there with the father, him and the mother. Like, they did some sneaky shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know this story.
Verse 25, it says, the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. This is the red man. This is the Edomite man.
So listen. Like, we've been looking at all these little clips that we've been watching together. We're at an hour already right now. And how all these clips are saying, the black man is first. Well, in this Esau and what's the name, we ain't the first. Actually, the brown-skinned guy, the Ishmael, was the first. So, I don't know these stories, man. I don't know enough. I don't have enough. I don't know enough. I don't know.
This is what we call them the rednecks. And when you go to Amos chapter 1 and 11, it said that they would always have a disdain towards us forever. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment. Look what it says. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. These people will forever be at odds with us and have a disdain for us and towards us. This is biblical prophecy. Us being the Israelites, them being the Edomites. This book reveals why white people don't like black people. Who is Edom? This is not a scholarly work in its entirety.
1 hour, that's all it's gonna take, that's all it's gonna take. It's 1 hour.
Not talking about it, no job.
Who was in charge of the CDC that was controlling and telling our government to shut down small businesses and what they recommend for the mandates of the vaccines and Pfizer and all this? The director of the CDC was Rochelle Walensky. dual citizenship with Israel. She's a Jew. Deputy Director of the CDC, Ann Shawalchik, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC Chief of Staff, Sherry Berger.
I made super sure that I did not take those shots, and I made sure my children did not. Because if we couldn't get it done naturally, because I caught COVID like 3 times and got through it all. But I was, nigga, no, you're not putting that shit in my fucking children, and you're not putting that shit in me. I'm not your fucking guinea pig. Come to me when you have perfected it. I don't know why I feel like I had to say this, but I did.
Dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. CDC Chief Medical Officer, Mitchell Wolf,
Jew.
Dual citizenship with Israel, Jew.
Chris,
CDC Director of the
Chris,
Washington office.
I'm gonna
This
ask
is pertinent to the topic. Yeah, this is pertinent to COVID. So, Director of the CDC of the Washington office, Jeff Resnick, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew.
He's a
COVID
Jew.
czar, Jeff Zaitz, dual citizenship
Them
with
whites
Israel.
don't like
Jew.
Jews.
COVID senior
Them whites
advisor,
do not
Andy
like
Slavitt, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Assistant of Health Secretary for
This
Human
is out of
Services for
order.
our country, the Assistant of Health Secretary, Rachel Levine, transgender,
Berner,
dual
can you
citizenship
speak,
with
please?
Israel.
Yes.
Jew.
I'm going to ask that you hold off, Christopher.
The chair has ruled that your comments are out of order. She's asked you to stop.
How is it out of order?
The chair
How is it
has.
out of order? He said Jew. There's nothing wrong with Jew. It's not derogatory.
Head of Pfizer Vaccines,
Again, the
Albert
chair
Bourla,
has-
dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Pfizer Chief Scientist Michael Dostin,
We
dual
need
citizenship
decorum
with
here.
Israel, Jew. Moderna Chief Scientist Tal Zaks, dual citizenship with Israel,
Christopher,
Jew. BlackRock,
please.
everyone know BlackRock? BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, dual
Please,
citizenship with Israel, Jew.
Christopher.
I said we're willing to sacrifice our ego, our reputation,
You have 19
and our lives.
seconds.
Yes, ma'am, and I love you, and I appreciate your patience. BlackRock President Rob Capitale, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. The CDC Chief Medical Officer of Johnson & Johnson, Joanne Waldstreicher, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew. Chief Medical Officer
You are
of
done.
Merck, Michael Rosenwald, dual citizenship with Israel, Jew.
He's a Jew.
Head Advisor of the World Economic Forum, Yuval Harari, dual citizenship with
He's a
Israel,
Jew.
And that's only talking about COVID. That's not talking about who's in charge of our
Christopher, you
government.
need to
That's not
stop.
talking about who's in control of the media or the banks. I can go on. God bless y'all. Thank you for your patience. Who was in charge of the CDC that was controlling and telling our government to shut down small businesses and what they recommend for the mandates of the vaccines and Pfizer and all this? The director of the CDC was Rochelle Walensky.
I look at to the point that it's like this. If it's that many coincidences, then it ain't a coincidence, man. And then you got to look to the point like, okay, why y'all all in control over what get put into Americans, and like why y'all all? I just don't get it, man. The evil of people, like if you, I'm not saying they doing evil because I don't know. It just feels like it, man. Like I don't get why people want to harm other people. Why? I can say some evil shit on some black people shit. Be like, you don't want to get annihilated genetically. But that's going to happen anyway. It's like the more you hate, the more you'll be able to stay alone. But the moment you stop hating and you start loving everybody and you become with the world, you're going to lose who you are. I know that's what you're afraid of. That's why you want to be isolated. But you can't be isolated because you don't want to do the work yourself. That's why you have people come in. I'm just going to stop talking. I never thought I was going to be able to, like, because as a kid, I seen things that go on. I'm like, oh, that's new. But I never thought I would be able to be older and see random things continually happen. And we just fall for it every time. I don't even know if y'all understand what I'm saying. Because, hell, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I do, but I got to say I don't because people are listening. But it's like, even if you try to stay in your own world and move in your own little world, aggressive people and their movement will always run into your world and crumble it because of their ambition for dominance and control. And this world is big enough for all of us, man. But I always gotta think logical. Without people like that, we wouldn't have people like me. We wouldn't know the difference if you didn't have those extreme people who thrive for world dominance. I digress.
Dual citizenship with Israel. She's a Jew. Deputy Director of the CDC, Ann Shawalchik. Dual citizenship with Israel. Jew. CDC Chief of Staff, Sherry Berger. Dual citizenship with Israel. Jew.
In the 1970s, they decided to make the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman. So in the 70s, that's when they went into the high schools of Cleveland, the high schools of Cincinnati, the high schools of Columbus, and they took out all the industrial building trades. That's why in Black America today, there might only be 1 or 2 high schools where you can still learn how to be a plumber, a carpenter, a roofer, a welder, an electrician. 75 years ago,
Let me tell y'all something. I went to Trimble Tech High School, which is a technical school.
You may write me down in history.
How the fuck you get to that, Maya Angelou? That's crazy. But I went to a technical school. You know that you couldn't do the class number for 1 year. And each deal you had to jump. You could be in auto mechanics, but then you had to get right up out of it after a year. You couldn't stay in it and actually learn how to. I took photography for 1 year. By the time I really started understanding what was going on, the year was over with. I don't think it was a year. It's a semester. That's right. It's a semester. I took cooking or whatever semester. By the time I started really getting the concept of everything, it was over with. So I do understand what he's saying. Because my dad died when I was 3. For my brother's dad, that's how I know it was different because he was able to start as a freshman, and by the time he was he was a full-blooded mechanic. Like he could do everything on an engine on the car. But us, nah. By the time we started messing with the fuses, see, the year was over with. It was time to jump to another class.
With your bitter, twisted lies.
Elder, an electrician. 75 years ago, everybody graduated from high school with a skill. Our grandparents lived without a college degree better than we do now.
Yep,
because they had the skills that can pay the bills.
Yep.
In order to bankrupt the Black Power movement, they removed the skills training out the high school. They also removed the industries, the factories out the black communities and turned them into prisons. So the black man became economically irrelevant to the black woman. Then they infused the welfare programs in. The welfare programs was not to help black women and children. It was to help the black woman forget about the black man. Back 1980s, they dropped the crack off. So now black men suffering from not being able to provide, you could smoke the crack or you could sell the crack. They don't care. Either way, you're going to jail. That gave birth to Bill Clinton's 1994 crime bill, Democrat, who locked up more black people than any Republican president you can name. Didn't that lead us to the year?
But you know what, Dr. Umar? It's okay. It's fine. We persevere. We keep moving. We overcome it like what we did, man. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. All thing we gotta do is keep living. Long as we alive, we gonna be winning, man. We ain't gotta fight. I understand. We ain't gotta do all that, man. It's gonna be fine, man. Tables will turn. What goes up must come down. It got to. It's inevitable. What goes up must come down. It's inevitable. Laws of physics. No one stays up there that long. Now, what, I want you to lose this shit before we get it? No. You need to stay in control until we take over. Jokes, y'all. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's get it for about like 500 years. Then y'all can come on, try to see what's up. Then so this.
2000, George W. Bush, he drops off the FBI bomb, faith-based initiative. He started allowing black churches to qualify for federal money. And since the black churches started qualifying for federal money, a lot of black churches have retreated from the front line of civil rights struggle. That's why when you go to most black cities, it's hard to find a church that's at the forefront of fighting against miseducation, mass incarceration, police extermination, gentrification, and economic apartheid, because they're getting paid to stay out of it. In the 1970s, they decided to make...
You may write me down in history.
They have been hiding this from you.
You may
I
write
gotta
me
hear
down
her.
in
She's a
history
legend. I gotta hear
with
her.
your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops,
Won't
weakened
happen.
by my soulful cry?
It won't happen.
Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words. You can
Don't matter.
cut me with your lies.
It don't
You
matter.
can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life,
I rise.
I rise.
Motherfucker.
Does my sexiness offend you?
Oh, you mad? You upset?
Does it come as a surprise that I dance?
You mad because I'm out here dancing in his hellhole?
As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs.
I live like I got money, don't I?
Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise.
still
Up
get
from
it
a
poppin'.
past rooted in pain, I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights
ain't
of
doing no more
terror
rapping, y'all.
and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so,
All right.
there I go. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies.
Look.
You may trod me in the very dirt,
Poetry, man. Like,
but still like
she flowing. Like, I understand every word she said. And this is old. Like, she wasn't doing no but rhyming, spitting a couple bars, speaking metaphorically, poetically. Come on, man.
They have been hiding this from you. We once had a 13th month, but it was erased from history, reshaping our entire historical timeline. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII implemented the Gregorian calendar, but this calendar doesn't seem very logical. The main reason it was created was to help people keep track of... They have been hiding this from you.
Why they always hiding shit and doing... Why you... I've come to the realization that white people came... I need to stop saying white people. I don't need to be making it seem like that's what I'm aiming at. Because I don't really got no hate for them. To be honest, they don't affect me. I don't see racism. Like, ain't no racism happen to me. So, like, not saying that it does not happen. But I'm saying they don't bother me. But for me to act like the stories that I heard of my people, and you think I'm gonna sit back and act like I don't know who you thought you was fucking with. Sorry. I just don't. It's just some people are just too sneaky for themselves, man. You're too sneaky. Your sneakiness is gonna end you. Especially once we found out your real fear. We know your fear now. We know what you're really afraid of. Because your anger ain't out of nowhere. Your anger, listen, man, just like I say, how black people, when Anton Daniels want to say, oh, you racist. No. I dislike of a certain type of person, whatever, it stems from something. And before, we used to say, as a black person, they hate us for no reason. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. That's what we used to say, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. We used to say, the white people hate us for no reason. You just didn't know what it was. I finally know what it is. I ain't boasting. I ain't not trying to brag or act like I know some secret shit. No. It just, I understand just how we try to say they hate us for no reason and not trying to understand why. It's a reason why they don't like or why they dislike or why they don't want to have no reason to be around you. Or it's a reason. It's not like it's just how we say, I ain't racism. I'm doing this because of what they did to us. Theirs is a little bit different. I don't know if you know about Mr. Black and Mr. White story, but we're not going to go through that. If you know, you know. If you know the story, then you know what I'm talking about. But I get it. I get it. So my thing is, your best thing is to go to Greenland. Just go to Greenland. Go to, I don't even think you can go to fucking Australia no more because we learned that they got a black culture there. That was there from. But so I don't know where you can go, but I think Greenland is the best place. Greenland is you. Trump want it. Greenland is you. I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. I think I'm just trying to be funny, and it ain't pulling off. Or is it? All right. We had an hour and 20 minutes. I did pretty good on this. Now let's finish. Just keep going.
We once had a 13th month, but it was erased from history, reshaping our entire historical timeline. In 1582, Pope...
Who did it to us? Who decided, oh, y'all have everything already done. Y'all already have a month. Y'all already have months. Y'all already have the year. You know what? We're in power now. Let's implement ourselves. Let's make it seem like we was here the whole time and we came up with all of this.
Gregory the 13th implemented the Gregorian calendar, but this calendar doesn't seem very logical. The main reason it was created was to help people keep track of... They have been hiding this from you. We once had
Just curious, American people, if our video shows up on your page and you respect indigenous people like us, can we be friends? If you're down, follow us, that's all. Sending respect.
Yo, I respect y'all. I respect y'all. I respect you. But do you realize who we are? Do you know who I am? Who am I? Do you respect who I am? Do you have anything you want to tell the world about who I am? Because you've been awfully sitting in that spot as if it's just you. Why is there more of us than you? I respect you. And I know you real. I know you are. All through Mexico, all through North America, all through North America. I know. I know. You were here. Well, who else was here with you? Can you be honest about that? You look like a Native American. How about that? Let me just say that. You look like a Native American. I'm done hating.
Just curious, American people, if our video shows up on your page and you respect and...
You said American people. What are you? Oh, are you from Asia? You from Asia? Oh, you from Alaska? I could be wrong. I could be wrong, y'all. I could be tweaking. Because she said, "Dear American people," like, if she's a American Indian, then she's like me. She's like the original. So she should be saying, "Hello, my fellow Americans." I'm putting too much into this. It went over my head.
Mark just gave us a 2-hour masterclass on how history has been distorted, suppressed, misrepresented. I would really highly recommend this to anybody, especially white people.
You tell me and prove to me that black people are violent and that they're going to take over, and I can open up the New York Daily News and show you white people who are killing their daughters, their husbands, their wives, their children, killing each other off. Well, if we put that in the paper and make...
That's what I always say when everybody trying to bring up what black people be doing in their neighborhoods. You be thinking y'all cooking. You think you be cooking. And you act like y'all ain't offering y'allself because we not in your neighborhoods. You won't live around us. We ain't living around y'all unless we got a shitload of money. Unless you ain't got no money. So it's like, what we doing around here, man? Come on. Stop it. Stop it with the black on black. I hate when my homeboy trying to pull that up too. Like, come on, man. Stop that. Come on. Stop acting like we the only person to kill ourselves. Everybody else does too. Because we don't live around them. Just like they don't live around us. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, man.
Make it black and white, which is where the whole thing happens. It's in the paper. If a black man does something, it says, John Jones, black list, said black, 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 and did the black, black. Now, if a white man does it, it isn't white man Jones. It's just a man. Nondescript, just a regular old raggedy man went out, killed his 2 daughters and his wife, and shot himself. Now, if he does that, then everybody seems to just either sympathize with it or let it go out the window. But if a black man does it, then any white bigot can point his finger and say, see that?
Hey, look what
there they go again. Yeah. Well, that isn't right. It isn't right. And it isn't right to try and let America go this way, because as a black man who is becoming a school teacher who is aiming to teach not only poor blacks but poor whites as well and treat everybody equally, I mean, I can't bring it upon myself to say, well, because I've suffered, I'm going to kick this little white kid. And I'm going to step on him. Or somebody's mother comes up and says, Mr. Cosby, I enjoyed your show. Or for me to look at her and say, well, you're trash because I know all of your people. I don't live that way, and I try not to teach my children to live that way. Aha! But they are aware. They are aware of the feelings. They are aware of who they are. But it just isn't racially. So we have to take Amos and Andy off. We have to, at times...
Why is our savior blue-eyed blonde?
Woman, why is it that they gave you a realistic human figure as your savior?
Come on, Pastor.
The figure that they gave all of us was a blue-eyed, blonde-haired, soft, faggotized dude. That's the image they gave us and told us he died for our sins. And we all grew up with the picture hanging up in our house.
He didn't look like that, bro. He never looked it like that. He never looked it like that.
You know I'm telling the truth, like it or not. In your living room, got one of the pictures with
He never looked it like that. He never looked it like that.
This dude sitting like this.
He never looked it like that, bro. Whoever did this video, man, they tweaked.
Looking up with a beam of light shining down on him. How many of y'all had one of the pictures y'all saw? Y'all didn't see the hands right. I know you did.
I know what he's talking about, but not the one that was showed on here, though, bro.
Now that's some deep stuff, y'all, because they painted a realistic image.
That's bullshit.
Caucasoid image as our savior. But what image did they paint for you for the devil? An unrealistic
Man, he was red, bro. He was red. Yeah, he was red. He wasn't black.
Horns, a trident, a pointed tail, and flames following him wherever he went. And we saw that as the devil. See, that's some deep stuff, people.
It is.
See the programming there. You ain't gonna see nobody like that in your travels. But you'll see people who look like that savior. And without even realizing it. The subliminal, the psychosis there, man. I'm telling you how this works.
Why is our savior blue-eyed blonde?
Woman, why is it that they gave...
Who the fuck you think you are to tell me to forget what you did to me that affects me right now? My people will perish due to lack of knowledge. So we
I already know what he's talking about. He talking about black people and white people. That analogy that he just gave without saying what he's saying, he's talking about black and white. He like, nigga, I ain't forgot, nigga. Basically, I ain't forgot. And hell no, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Yeah, we came to agreement to be able to live together in harmony and be all right. But nigga, I ain't your motherfucking. I don't trust you, really, nigga. I trust you as far as I can throw you, nigga. I trust you to do what you gonna do. And I expect you to do what you gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And that's what foreigners don't have to fucking worry about when they come over here. That's the psyche that they don't know. Y'all motherfuckers be thinking we trying to be white. No, nigga. We're fighting it. We're against it. Always, nigga. But we know how to follow suit. We know how to smile and say, yeah, hey, how you doing? Yeah, cool. But nigga, I know what y'all did to us. And it might not happen in my lifetime. But we gonna always tell our children, bro. Like, I know y'all want to take it out of school books and shit. Bro, I don't know who generation gonna have to deal with it, but one of you is gonna have to deal with it. I'm trying to tell it's gonna happen, and you know it's gonna happen. That's why. I'm speaking in code, y'all. That's why. I need to shut the fuck up. I need to just shut the fuck up. Sometimes I just be talking too much, and I be saying nothing. Like I'm a nobody. Like no, I'm not a fucking nobody. I would not say I'm a nobody. But I be having to catch that shit, man. But I'm just expressing my thoughts, man. That's all it is, man. But when you get bored, and what do? You learn shit, and you teach yourself, and you find who you are, and it changes you. Oh, it changes you dramatically. It changes you. It opens your eyes, make you look at shit different. Shit that you didn't see, shit that you didn't pay attention to before, but now it's like, oh no, you and I could be able to do that again to me again. Oh, I understand that talk now. I get that talk now. I get the happy face, calm, but just totally dissing you. Like, I didn't understand it before. I thought aggression is loud and you know that I'm upset and I don't like you and I'm dissing you. But this and then dissing you, you gotta learn that, man. Hold on, let me stop, man. Let me act like I'm trying to do something. I ain't trying. I'm just goofy, man. I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't doing nothing.
We don't have the knowledge on what was done to us and the long-term effects of what was done to us. And then now it's like, oh, I'm supposed to forget the 400+ year head start that you got, but you motherfuckers ain't give me reparations.
Okay.
Say, this is another thing too. People be acting like we need a leader to tell us how to feel like this. Nigga, we all feel exactly like that. We just know. Sometimes express that shit and go full throttle for it. Sometimes we be like, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need nobody telling us. We seen what happened. We read what happened. We've watched what happened. We've listened to what happened. Come on, man. Come on. Everybody in the world has pride. Everybody know what pride is about. Come on. Everybody know what pride is about. You overstep your boundaries and force your muscle on people. What do you think that's going to be about? How do you think that's going to play out? It's either one, they jump up and you knock them right back down, or they strategize and destroy your whole fucking lineage. By sleeping with your women. Sometimes I be trying to be real, man, trying to be on point, man, but it's just the jokes, man. I feel like I'm a comedian, man.
Hold on, let me land this plane.
Okay.
You motherfuckers ain't give me reparations. You motherfuckers is passing laws to remove things that we needed because of you was in the way. You want me to forget all the little black girls and boys that was hit in the head with rocks and stones to go to school, right? And then those little girls and boys that got hit with rocks and stones to go to school had children, and they had to remember, damn, Ma, why you got one eye, Grandma? Well, baby, you know, I was trying to get into this school. They knocked your fucking eye out, Grandma? So Grandma got one eye, so I'm supposed to forget those Cyclops Grandma, Cyclops Granny, because white man didn't want Granny to go to fucking school to get an education. There's a societal acceptance of white privilege. All these white motherfuckers benefit from their forefathers. Don't let them fool you. Who the fuck you think you are to tell me to forget what you did to me that affects me right now? My people will perish due to lack of knowledge. So we don't have the knowledge on what was done to us and the long-term effects of what was done to us. And then now it's like, oh, I'm supposed to forget the 400+ year head start that you got, but you motherfuckers ain't give me reparations.
Okay.
You hold on, let me land this plane.
Okay.
You motherfuckers ain't give me reparations. You motherfuckers is passing laws to remove.
If one looks at the layout of the pyramids, temples, and causeways from above, it mimics a modern computer chip. The pyramids are capacitors, the Sphinx is a transducer, and the River Nile is the ground. The entire site channels the Earth's electromagnetic currents. It was a geoengineering hardware component installed on the planetary surface. If one looks at the layout of the pyramids,
parasites can't get in there. They create like prototype beings and shit, yeah, to go in there, and they get fried to fuck. They can't even get in there to experiment or even take a fucking little swab, yeah. So what they've done, they tried to work from the outside in, and they can't get in.
What is he?
So
English?
they took the technology from that void plasma
Irish?
around there.
No, not Irish.
Right? The straight
What is he,
away,
like?
they put it over here, lands of Saturn,
He's
because
one
that's
of the
the main
feisty
black
ones,
cube
like-
system, the most beautiful crystalline temple in the fucking whole system. They put that there, and that
what is
joins
he,
over
man?
to
What
here,
is he?
to the black cube system in here. What that cube system, that hub there, thinks for you all in there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and all the time humans beg, literally beg for AI, the more that would control you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Saturn. And all this black void shit.
Desire-based
The
system,
Nibrians, they mastered that black fucking plasma shit. Yeah? And the Anunnaki and custodians took it from them and they used it for all their experimental grounds to make sure no one can go in there because it's all secretive.
Yeah.
They don't want no one to know this shit.
A cult.
Yes. It's all secretive. Don't forget, loyalists and that on there don't know nothing about all this. They wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
The
Don't even
closest loyalists will get to is knowing a little bit about Mars. But how they travels to Mars, they make them think that they're going through fucking space and that, but they're not. They're going through a vortex here. Yeah, and you got the human colony. Yeah. And let me tell you, when everything got hit at the same time, human colony got first hit.
I bet.
Yeah? And that all got hit. Yeah. Now in there, you got a shitload of Arcturians and Syrians got full control of that. In that one, in Mars, yeah, and you know, you'll all be able to just go there. You don't have to get a train or a plane or a boat or a ferry. You know, you know how to use transportation when you get back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, boom, there you go.
Yo, I wanna. Who is this dude?
Can't get in there.
I wanna hear what he got to say, bro. Like, I'm hooked, bro. Like,
and shit, yeah. To go in there and they get fried to fuck. They can't even get in there to experiment or even take.
Who is this dude?
Yeah. So what they've done, they've tried to work from the outside in, and they can't get in. So they've took the technology from that void plasma around there.
The real map of the planet.
The straight away, they put it over.
Who is this dude? I know he talk more.
That's the main black cube system.
I know he be talking.
Crystalline.
He look like he talk a lot.
System.
I want to see some more. I want to hear him talk about that map.
Joins over to here, to the black cube system in here. What that cube system, that hub there, thinks for you all in there.
See less? No, I want to see
and
more.
All the time humans beg, literally beg for AI, the more that would control you.
Yeah.
Hold on, so he say, hold on, what do you mean? I really can't understand everything he's saying, but it seems like he's saying some shit I don't want to be into.
Literally beg for AI, the more that would control you.
Yeah.
But who is that? Yeah. Who is that he talking about?
And
what is
that?
Come on, man. Hold on, man. How do I blow this shit up, bro? Like, I don't want to fuck up my motherfucking video, bro. Like, but what is that map? What type of map is that? Hold the fuck on. Damn, I got my phone. Oh, no, I got another. Okay. Now, I need to see. Ooh, I got my AI already on. I need to see, what is this map? I need to tell me everything about this map.
be able to hear her too. Yeah, she all connected. Okay. Hold on. Can you hear this?
You haven't.
Yes, you can hear that. You can hear that. Okay. Okay. I would like to know more about that map and what is it? Oh yeah, we finna get into it. We finna dig right on into it. What is that map? I would like to know what that map is about and what the hell. Because he talking like he know it, like for sure, and it's like, what is that, man? This nigga said Earth was like a little small thing, and like, look at all that. That's supposed to be the real globe. Okay. Oh yeah, forgot.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're looking at. That's not a real Earth map. It's a fantasy, esoteric cosmology map, basically a made up map of realms that people use to explain spiritual, hidden world ideas. What the map is, it's usually called something like Cosmic Realms Map, Astral Plane Spiritual Realms Map, Flat Earth Firmament Map, Worlds Beyond the Veil Map, Occult Cosmology Map. It's showing different lands or domains, like lands of Venus, lands of custodians, celestial lands, Brahma, etc. Those names aren't geography, they're mythology plus spiritual concepts mixed together. What it's trying to say, the idea behind it. The map is basically claiming our world isn't just one physical planet. There are multiple layers realms. Some realms are higher, some are lower. Certain beings run or guard parts of the system, custodians. So it's more like a diagram of beliefs than a map, where it comes from. These types of maps usually come from a mix of Hindu cosmology, words like Brahma, New Age astral plane ideas, flat earth firmament communities, occult esoteric teachings, sci-fi style world building. So it's like a collage of different systems. What it's not a NASA map, not an official religion's real map, not proven science, not a real place you can travel to physically. If you want, I can break it down deeper. If you send me the video link or a clearer screenshot, zoomed on the words, I'll tell you what each section means and which belief system each part comes from.
Whoa, that would be dope. That would be fucking dope. Okay, I give you. You want the information, bitch? I give it to you, bitch. Hold on, hold on. I don't like how he was so sure that it was false. What make your source, which is NASA, correct? Well, I guess it would be because everybody say, "Oh, you the one who should know these things." And how did this even come into existence? This other thing here, because none of us is astronauts, and but who could think of this and can put it all together like this, and then other people like I'm confused. It's almost like NASA forced us to say, "You're the one we're gonna say that you're the ones gonna say who's right." But who thought of this shit here, and also got other people into it and knowing what's going on? Like I don't know. I don't know. Hold on, let me get you. think the Nubians are black. And custodians, like, yeah, come on. I don't know what this is about. Like, hold on, I need to ask this too. If you can you show me different types of this same map or different variations of this map? Because if it's different variations of this map, meaning it has been circling and around and people. Let me go and play the other one from the other one so you can hear what it said. I skimmed over it.
Nah, I feel you 100%. That confusion is valid because most of us are expected to pick a truth about space, the world, history, but we'll never personally go up there and check it. So let me answer you straight, no dodging. Nasher 1. What makes NASA correct isn't NASA. NASA being right doesn't come from their word. It comes from repeatable proof from multiple sources that don't answer to NASA. Meaning, if NASA disappeared tomorrow, we could still verify a lot of what they say because, hash. Other countries confirm the same stuff. Russia, Roscosmos, Europe, ESA, Japan, JAXA, India, China, ChinaSA. All of them track the same sky, the same satellites, the same physics. If the world was fake, you'd be saying, open quote, every enemy nation in history agreed to keep the same lie forever, close quote. That's a big ask. Number 2,
that's not
you don't have to be an astronaut to verify space stuff. That's the part people don't explain well. You can verify pieces of NASA reality using things regular people can do. Satellites are real. You can detect them. People track satellites with amateur radios, antennas, telescopes, online trackers, astrophotography. If satellites didn't exist, GPS would collapse, internet backbones would collapse, weather prediction would be trash. The sky is predictable. Eclipses, moon phases, seasons, star positions. Those patterns are consistent and mathematically predictable. Nobody is guessing those. They're calculated. Planes and ships use navigation that matches the same model. Airlines, militaries, cargo ships, GPS systems, they all align with one consistent system. 3. So what is that realm map then? That map exists because humans have always done this. If we can't see it, we'll imagine it. That's not even disrespect. That's literally what people do. That map is basically myth plus religion, spiritual lore, mixed with sci-fi and conspiracy culture, packaged into a diagram so it feels official. And when something is drawn clean and labeled, it looks like knowledge, even if it's just a storyline. Number 4, the part that's messing you up is this. Both sides are telling you, trust me. NASA side says, open quote, trust the institutions plus math, close quote. Realm map side says, open quote, trust intuition plus hidden knowledge, close quote. So you're stuck like, how do I know who's lying if I can't personally verify it? That's real. NASDA 5, the clean way to think about it, this the key. There are 2 different categories of truth. Scientific truth equals must be testable. If it's real, it should be possible to measure it, predict it, repeat it, even without NASA. Spiritual symbolic truth can be meaningful, but not testable. It might inspire you, describe feelings, explain morality, explain power structures, but it's not map truth, it's meaning truth. So that realm map might be a story people use to explain how they feel the world operates. Controlled, guarded, hidden, layered. Number 6, who invented that map and why does it spread? Real talk, people love a hidden narrative because it makes you feel like you not crazy, you not powerless, you one of the ones who peeped the game. And the internet is built to spread anything that looks deep, is shocking, makes you question reality, gives you a villain like NASA. Number 7. Here's the question you should ask any theory. What would I expect to see if this was true? Then test it. Example, if the realm map was true, we should see consistent independent measurements proving those lands, repeatable observations, a way to locate them, proof beyond drawings. If it can't be tested, it might still be a belief, but it ain't the same as geography. 8. My bottom line to you, I'm not here to clown you, and I'm not here to worship NASA.